In 2014, I got into a car accident. My wreck was so bad that I had to get airlifted to the hospital. I was in the coma for 9 days. I broke my arm, my pelvis. I had a larger hernia repair because as fast as they was giving me blood, I was losing blood. And then they found out that I actually broke my pelvis. I am partially blind in my right eye now. And it was surgeries after surgeries after surgeries. And one day the doctor said, I cannot keep dilating Jamila's throat. I want to send her to Charleston, to MUSC. There was a great hospital. I met with a lady named Dr. Rorick, and she just specialized in throats. And she got online with different people in different countries, 5 different people, and decided that they wanted to cut 4 centimeters of my trachea out so that I would be able to talk again, because when I had the trach, I was not able to talk. So they did that, and after that, I've been talking nonstop. I've been able to talk and haven't had any complications with that. And I enjoy giving back to people because I was at the age of 21, 22, not being able to do anything for myself. So I knew I didn't want to live like that. I wanted to get back and be able to take care of me and my child, as well as helping take care of other people. And once I went to Columbia to learn about my disorder, traumatic brain injury, they gave me a test that was like, I'm more likely to want to do caregiving or be daycare. So I did the preschool teacher, and now I'm a caregiver. And I've been doing that for 3 years now.
When I first met Jamila, she actually came in the traumatic brain injury group, which is the specialized group that we have at the evaluation center. And my first take was, oh, she's very shy, very quiet. And I think she was a little nervous, a little apprehensive about the program. But from there, I think over the 4 weeks of the program, she kind of blossomed.
The process of getting the certification was I went back to school, and thankfully VR had helped me to get back in school. And then I got my CNA certificate and did clinical hours. And I actually had the job before I had my CNA, but I wanted to take a step up to be able to do more things with the job. So now with the CNA, I'm able to do a whole lot more. What kept me driving forward to continue to do the CNA was I have a child, and I know I wanted to be able to make money to take care of him. I did not want to give up. And the first time I took the CNA test, I was definitely nervous, but I said this next time I got it. I'm gonna pass. And that's what I did.
She had some difficulty with some vision. She also had a little bit of difficulty with some short-term memory. So we worked on some visual accommodations, whether that is increasing the font that she needed to be able to do written stuff, as far as like our work samples, or when she was on the computer, we actually assist her computer skills, and we would use the accessibility features for visual impairment through there to make the accommodations for her.
The evaluation center had helped to show me that everyone has a story. We watched different videos to show different people doing things. I remember one video in particular, a man that was able to drive without his arms. And here I am in here with both my arms, but I'm here for a traumatic brain injury. But it just showed me that anything is possible, no matter what you're going through. If you put your mind to it, you can do it.
When I got involved with her case, we were working towards getting her into Greenville Tech's Certified Nursing Assistant program. Jamila starting her career in the healthcare field at the beginning of a global pandemic really speaks to her passion for being in that community. She went into work with an open heart and an open mind during a time that people who had been in healthcare services were leaving.
Once her counselor and I had looked over the whole case and then taken a look at everything, we decided that what we wanted to do was try to do some additional aptitude testing just to make sure that she met the current requirements to go to school to become a CNA. And we also wanted to get more information on how she was doing physically. In the past, she had noted issues with like her balance at work. She also had some vision issues, and we just wanted to make sure that those things were addressed so that she could be successful in becoming a CNA.
I first met Jamila via telephone because it was during the pandemic and shortly after everything started, and we were not clear to see people in person yet. Because of her work schedule, she also was not able to come in person and even do Zoom. So we worked via telephone and some Zoom things. She was planning on going to Greenville Tech for her CNA certification, and they knew that she has had some troubles with schooling in the past, and so they wanted to see if we can help her. She was accepted in the program, but she had visual issues. She has legally blind in her one eye and had to read things up close. She also has had a brain injury that she needed to have with memories and support and things like that. So we had to try and see what kind of things can we do to help her retain information, but also read and take tests better. I contacted Greenville Tech to find out what the curriculum was and what her study material would require. At that point, they didn't have electronic version available at the library, but they were going to try and see what they could do for her. Jamila was very nervous in the beginning, even before it started, and I tried to let her know that we've got the supports in place, we will help her. And as the course was going on and she started seeing she could do the work and she was okay with it, her self-confidence improved. And I could see that she was able to, or could hear basically, that she was like, oh, no, I'm okay, I've got this. We also then contacted the Greenville Tech's Disability Services, and they said they would be willing to help and print information out for her. So we enlarged her print. We asked them to print it on yellow paper, all her study material, so because it increases the contrast, so she can see it better. And then also, CNA certification program is a lot of hands-on. So I checked in with her weekly and daily, actually, to check and see how the day went, what she struggled with. She would review the material in the evening. I would check with her the next day. Was there any problems with it? Did she remember everything? And she was fine with that part.
When I went online to notice that I passed my CNA certificate, my dad was actually going out of town, and I asked him where he was, and I drove to him with tears, showing him my phone that I passed, and he's like, I know you would pass, I know you would. And I'm here now, been working with my client for going on 3 years now, and I love it.
Jamila's first patient, she was assigned in April of 2021, and she is still providing care as a certified nursing assistant, no longer home health care aide.
Ron has a condition called spinal ataxia, and it is progressive. You know, he needs help with everything, and went from walking to wheelchair. He cannot hold the fork or spoon and get it to his mouth because this is a neuromuscular disease, and it's also, it is in the cerebellum of your brain, and that's responsible for the coordination. We know where we're going, but we really want Ron to be at home because it's home. And so Jamila has really come at the right time for us because she has known Ron for 3 years, and so as he progresses, she knows the way, you know, it used to be. And so that helps. Jamila is great. She's always been here to get the advice of the speech therapist when she's here, also the physical and occupational therapist, you know. She helps them know what Ron needs, and they help her know what the best way to move forward is.
What I can say is she's a great person.
You have to have someone you trust to manage when you're not here. She knows Ron's routine, so I feel confident and safe that Ron's in good hands. I just appreciate so much about Jamila. She's very caring. with Ron and treats him with a lot of dignity and respect. And maybe part of it is because she went through a very difficult period of time and was in the hospital and, you know, had a long recovery. So I think she's very empathetic because she's been there. She's cheerful and she's fun, and all that is important.
This was years in the making, her doing the CNA class. So I think finally knowing that it was there and she's doing it was, you could hear it in her voice every day.
Jamila's involvement with Folk Rehab was impressive as it relates to being a really good example of progress doesn't always happen overnight. And she stuck with our services and actively engaged and met each hurdle and barrier with grace and understanding that reaching goals takes time.
I'm able to do anything and everything someone else without the diagnosis of traumatic brain injury can do. I'm able to drive, I'm able to work, I'm able to take care of my 9-year-old son. So just the label of the traumatic brain injury has not stopped me from anything. It's written on paper, but that's it. If I met someone that was in my shoes or needed a little help, I would say that VR was a perfect spot. They will set you right on up with different resources, with job placement, just with anything, just encouraging words to not give up. They don't give up on you.